Roger Cleveland is the original craftsman of wedge design. In over 40 years of innovation, this is his greatest creation. The most aggressive groove in golf, designed to bite harder and check closer. The new Jaws MD5 from Callaway. CallawayGolf.com.au.
This is the Telstra AFL Trade Radio podcast. Subscribe now on iTunes.
Melbourne recruit. Adam, good morning. Thanks for your time. And now that the deal is one of the first ones to get done in the 2019 player exchange period, I dare say it'd be a nice relief for you to be speaking to us this morning about it.
Yeah, Damien, Lloydie, thanks for having me. No, it is a relief to sort of get it done and dusted and be done early, and I can sort of just put the feet up and not have to worry about much. But no, all very exciting.
Yours is a name that we've spoken about a lot on Trade Radio over the journey. You've had regular offers from Melbourne clubs, and St Kilda has had a couple of consecutive cracks at getting you across. What was it about the Melbourne deal that eventually got you out of the clutches of the Giants?
I caught up with Goody when we had a formal discussion, and he presented to me, and the way he spoke, the characteristics he spoke about the football club sort of aligned with what I sort of really like, and just the position he had for me and the role he wanted me to play was really appealing. And overall, I mean, Goody was just a phenomenal person, the way he came across, and it just excited me. And that was the main reason.
Adam, were you squeezed out at the Giants? Was there not an offer? Yeah.
It was a bit of a tough position. I mean, it was sort of the Giants were in a unique situation, and eventually the Pep boys are going to have to leave. And I had some really good discussions with Leon over the last sort of 2 months, and he came to a decision that I'd be elsewhere at the end of the season. But it was with a very heavy heart because I've absolutely loved my time at the Giants, and unfortunately, I get to be a Demon.
Can you tell us the other clubs you actually met with through this process?
Spoken to a few, St Kilda, Bulldogs, and there was a few discussions along the way, but I caught up with Melbourne and sort of had a fair idea that if I was going to leave, that they'd be the team of choice. So it was a pretty easy decision in the end, and really excited.
Adam, in your eyes, where are you best positioned to play the game of footy?
I don't know. I mean, I obviously played pretty much every position on the ground, and I've absolutely loved playing through the midfield. It just, I pride myself on being able to work hard, and this year, especially when Goody presented to me, he saw me playing through the midfield on the wing and being actually get around the football and use my big frame, and that's where I think I can play my best footy, but at the same time, I think I can go to centre-half back and sort of match it with some of the best forwards in the game. But, I've said this all along. I play wherever the coach wants me to play. But, just sort of off the top of my head, through the midfield, but I also don't mind centre-half back.
Is it possible you've suffered personally? I'm not saying suffered, just in that footy vernacular for not having this set role. I mean, you've sort of been used as a pinch hitter, and even in the finals, you crucially at one stage of a final sort of held up the rucking around the back 50. Has that been an issue for you over the journey?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's been a blessing, and at the same time, it's been a bit of an issue. I mean, I've been able to sort of fill holes where needed, and it's been a big string to my bow when Leon would come to me and say, I need you to do this and that. But at the same time, it sort of left me without a position in the team at times. And it's sort of a hard role to have within a team. And that was why when Goody came to me, he says, I want you to play this role. And he gave me a purpose for the pre-season, and that's what really excited me. So to have a position that I'll be able to train and sort of play the whole year in is what excited me.
So, Adam, how long have you known for that you're unlikely to be a Giant next year?
Last sort of 5 weeks.
Yeah. Was that tough? Was that tough playing in the final series, knowing that you wouldn't be a Giant next year, or you able to put that to the side?
Yeah, the grand final was one of the hardest games I've had to be a part of, to be honest. To not just lose, but know it was the last game I was going to play for the club was really. It was emotional. I mean, I've been there for 8 years. I've been there since the very start, since we were training on baseball fields. Our gym was in a portable. To see the club grow from absolutely nothing get to a grand final and fall short was something special, but it was also really sad as it was going to be my last game. And I'll forever be grateful what the Giants have done for me. But it was a tough finals campaign for that reason.
Adam, so reading between the lines, I know you're excited about being at the Demons and it's a new, fresh start. But when you sat down with Leon, was there an offer made to you, or just because of the financial and salary cap issues, they just couldn't offer you something and something had to give with a player and their salary cap? Is that how it happened with you? Because I can see the passion you've got for the Giants. So you love playing for the Giants, but unfortunately you've had to make way for deals like Canelli, I suppose. Is that how it worked with you?
Yeah, yes and no. We spoke about sort of the season and my form had gone up and down, and the fact that he knew that I was sort of looking for a fresh start. Sort of the fact that I sort of came to him and I said, "Where do you think I'll be?" And we had some really open and honest conversations. And from that, he sort of said, "Well, I think it's best that we sort of part ways." So I've been offered a deal, and at the same time, from these conversations, we sort of said, "Well, I think this is the best option going forward."
Adam, you spoke about the emotion there of playing in the grand final, knowing that it would be your last game for the club. It was an emotional month for you, wasn't it? You missed the first final, the elimination final against the Bulldogs, but you were caught up in the emotion of that game when you were there for Brett Delidio to take him off the ground in what was ultimately to be his last game of footy. You then had the speech that you gave at the Best and Fairest. You've probably gone through a couple of boxes of tissues, mate, the last month or so.
Yeah, the last 6 weeks has been pretty emotional, you're right. I mean, it wasn't just the fact that I didn't get to play against the Western Bulldogs. Brett and I are very close, and when he first moved to Sydney, he was living on my street, and I spent a lot of time with he and his family, and that's why I sort of wanted to be the one to sort of cheer him off, because we'd spent so much time together, and he's a super person. And the fact that he came into the side and I unfortunately missed out, it sort of just added to it all. And then, just the speech I gave at the footy club, as I said before, it's been an amazing 8 years, and just sort of the friends we've made along the way, and it's been unique, starting from nothing. I mean, there was 17, 18-year-olds drafted with me, and we went up there and we didn't know what we were sort of getting into, and we sort of took it upon ourselves, and we grew a culture and a team, and then obviously, it has been a big month, and I've absolutely loved it. But as I said before, I was looking for a fresh start. Yeah, I'm absolutely excited to be a Demon.
Adam, I need you to confirm or deny this one. I heard a whisper that you in fact live near Tom Harley, and you in fact spotted Joe Danaher getting out of the car of Tom Harley.
Oh no! In
Tom Harley's in the street where you live nearby. Can you confirm or deny that you're one of the first to be across
Newsbreaker
that Danaher was up to something fishy there in Sydney?
I should take Damien's job. No, I was driving down the street, and I see Tom every morning, and I always give him a little toot when I go past. And as I was about to jump on the horn, I saw another face in the car, and I thought, I better not do that. And kept on driving, but no, it was all part of it. It was just a sort of funny thing to see.
And that face was Joe Danaher.
Mate,
he looked like him.
Yeah, it was wearing a hood and a hat, so I couldn't really tell.
Well, you're creating your own headlines, Adam, through leaving the GWS Giants after 8 seasons to sign a 4-year deal with Melbourne. But you might have created, I didn't realise that story, you might have created a bigger one by revealing in some form, the footy world of the swan's pursuit of Joe Danaher.
No, I don't know about that. No, we'll see what happens, but no, it was just a funny coincidence when I was driving along.
Hey, a lot of work you do behind the scenes doesn't get noticed and publicised. I know you do a lot of charity work. The Ronald McDonald House is a pursuit of yours that is dear to you.
Oh, definitely. I've worked a really good relationship up with Ronald McDonald House, and it's funny, in Sydney people don't have a lot of, they don't really care about AFL anywhere near as what people do in Victoria. And to go to the house where there's families, sick children, they don't care who's coming through. They just want to see a bright face and someone new to talk to, and someone to give them a little break just from what they're going through. And I sit on the couch and the kids just play PlayStation and they don't care who you are. They just want to show you what they're doing, or they just want to throw a ball with you. And it's warming to put a smile on their face, and everyone else is just by purely just sort of giving them a break from what they do and an outlet. So it's been something I've really enjoyed doing, and I'll always continue to do, because as footballers we're blessed with what we do, and there's a lot of people who have to deal with some pretty big heartache each day.
Yeah, Adam, and I know that is very significant to what you do, and it's greatly appreciated behind the scenes. Mate, thanks for jumping on the line today and giving our listeners an insight into the journey you've been on, and the one that lies ahead for you as a Melbourne Football Club player on the back of a really nice 4-year deal and a well-deserved new contract with that new club.
Thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate it.